Alright, hold on. We'll get to the review, but first, look, I realize we've all got feet of clay on this one, we've all had fun with the little nicknames and jokes, but now that the damn movie is out, there's something we really need to nip in the bud as far as internet memes go, right here, right now. So, hold on. Okay, and loud voice thingy is on. Okay. Noticing that Avatar has the same basic story as Dances with Wolves does not make you observant. Furthermore, pointing it out does not make you clever, especially if you're just cribbing notes from South Park. Clear enough? Alright then. As of right now, anyone still wanking the Dances with Smurfs thing who isn't themselves named Trey Parker or Matt Stone is officially a freaking douchebag. Okay, guys? Cool. Can we come together on this in the spirit of the season and maybe at least get new material? Alright then. Now, in any case, yes, Avatar's story, in which a crippled space marine gets his brain downloaded into an alien body so he can act as a double agent in a war over natural resources only to change teams when his indigenous girlfriend introduces him to her culture, is a story you've heard a few hundred times before. But it's an extremely well-told version of it, played out by well-developed, if archetypal characters, and a heroically maintained sincerity that never turns around to wink at the audience or crack wise at its own expense. Almost all of director James Cameron's noteworthy films, of course, were known for being massive contradictions in some way. Macho, gun-worshipping shoot-em-ups that were actually all about mommy issues, a Schwarzenegger explosion fest that was actually a romantic comedy, a Cold War underwater thriller that was ultimately all about giving peace a chance, the fact that he had his biggest success with what was easily his weakest film, and the odd happenstance that just as all of Hollywood was finally being completely taken over by the kind of sci-fi, fantasy, comic genre blockbusters he'd always championed for years, he took the decade off to go and do Steve Zissou's job. Now he's back with Avatar, which tells the story of a war between a race of organically inclined nature lovers and a mechanized army of profit-hungry exploiters, wherein the mech-happy baddies are played by the actual living people, while the eco-friendly good guys are largely created by $300 million worth of computer-powered motion capture technology. Whatever. What you want to know is whether or not you should go see it. Well, hell yes you should. This is a seriously good, damn well-made sci-fi fantasy epic that's easily the best attempt at this style of film since The Lord of the Rings concluded. If the actual storyline had just been maybe a few more unexpected twists or character turns longer, it might be something like a full-on masterpiece. As it is, it's just pretty damn good. In the end, though, this isn't really so much a story-driven film as it is a thematic one. This is a film primarily concerned with meticulously building an entirely new universe for its action and adventure set pieces to occur in, and in that regard it's a spectacular success. Not only do the effects in the almost entirely computer-generated Planet Pandora look better than anything that's been attempted before, or almost, the sheer amount of detail is staggering. The plants and creatures and giant robot suits don't look rendered, they look grown or built. In fact, one begins to suspect that maybe the plot was kept so basic so as to not distract from all this immersion. But even then, familiarity is ultimately overcome by execution. There's a real heart here, and real meaning behind what's going down. Amid all the soaring visuals, Avatar means something, and it's not shy or middling about hitting that point home. In fact, it does such a good job of getting you to feel for the plight of a hero cast made up almost entirely of 10-foot-tall blue kitty cat people that you might be able to ignore the fact that this sincere, heartfelt statement of solidarity with both the environment and the cultures of indigenous peoples oppressed by the greedy will of the military-industrial complex comes to you at a price tag of more than twice the gross domestic product of the Republic of Kiribati, courtesy of Rupert Murdoch and McDonald's. Yeah, so to the degree that these are coming out in any kind of order, this one's probably moved up a little bit because I went back and watched this again, the review. Obviously, I've watched Avatar again before, but I went up and watched this review, and I had forgotten, frankly, and this is going to sound arrogant, but I don't give a shit, how much I fucking nailed this. Like, I forgot that I got this 100% right, that I have really no notes here on this one. I had assumed, because in looking back over a lot of these reviews, that I had either been too hard on things, or that I had overpraised a few things, or that I had simply, gone off on stupid tangents about stuff, that I had been one of the smug dicks who gave James Cameron a hard time, or made stupid shit jokes about Avatar, and got on that whole train about how it was cliche, or how it was the Smurfs or Pocahontas in space, or whatever the dumb shit that people were cribbing from South Park at the time. But I am genuinely surprised at myself that I was bang on with this one. I mean, if you're skipping to the end of these just to hear the new stuff, thank you. Please don't do that, because much of the point of getting these re-uploads up, other than archival purposes, is to get the ad revenue, and I don't get that if you don't leave the whole thing running. But also, go back and watch. I nailed this fucker. I got this exactly right, and a lot of people did not. I had Avatar exactly right the first time. No notes. Good for me. Yeah, so, sometimes I do it. Cool. Yeah. What do you know? I'm gonna be smug as fuck and happy about that all day.